part 2 of my discussion with Ricky Andrews. What's up guys, Abhishek here from Arrowflix, and in today's video we are going to have a quick discussion, rather a continuation of the discussion that I was having with Ricky Andrews in the previous week. And there's going to be some really interesting discussion that is going to go on, and we're going to talk a little bit more about reds, bonds and a few other things, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But before that, अगर चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है, सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए, बेल आइकन को दबा दीजिए ताकि आप फ्यूचर की वीडियोस भी देख पाएँ। तो शुरू कर देते हैं आज का डिस्कशन रिकी के साथ।
Golden will sell 6 months down the line, 3 months down the line. It is the best FD, the best SIP that you can do.
I'm telling you, there are people standing in queue to buy my crossbelly. But dare I tell them buy the Elkindo? They'll run away.
Correct. That is what. Because see, everyone is looking at all the efforts that you're putting in, all the additives that is going into the water, everything. But still, now if this fish, if your fish goes into a pond for 6 months, you'll see the difference.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm telling you, it'll turn red. It must. It should.
Achha, one thing which I want to tell you is, I finally did get Oscar for myself. And when I went to the breeder, I was just looking at all his breeding pairs, and I saw one pair in the corner. It was a Tiger Oscar pair. But it was very red, like blood red. And I asked him, Mari, from which bloodline is this? Because he gives only imported bloodlines. And he said, this is a local bloodline. But what I did is, I kept this pair and all the other fishes in a pond, and that pond is fed by a stream. And the stream is used for shrimp breeding. So what happens is the shrimps flow down into the pond
and these guys get to eat
these octopuses cut them down. Plus the natural sunlight, plus the water in the pond, they were blood red. The tiger Oscars were blood red. I could not believe the color in on a wild fish. So that is what natural things do to you. And I definitely feel the red arowana, 100%. You put it in a pond, you just perform like anything.
Absolutely.
You remember the great discussion that I had, which I was urging, whenever I was urging people to say, bring your arowanas together, let us go for a project, let us go for a pond. See, either it will be a big loss
possible.
or a good profit.
Very much possible, okay? If we, and it is very much possible, I can say, because there are people, or at least I know one person, who is fully capable of creating a pond right here in Mumbai and putting fish in there and taking care of it. See, I am someone who's absolutely game in trying that. I don't know, and a lot of people are there in Mumbai who have reds. We can surely try something like this.
See, even if 20 people come together, 20 red owners come together, it is a win-win situation for everyone. Why I'll tell you. You put 20 reds in a pond, we all split the feeding cost, the maintenance cost, and every red will have a chip number. So ऐसा भी नहीं कि अदला बदली हो जाएगा. My fish will come to you.
Yes.
While taking it out, whenever you want to take it out, just scan and take your fish away.
I think it's an excellent idea. I am totally for floating it out in the group as well as part of this video out in the channel, saying that if anybody is interested, then we can try it. I definitely know one person who can get the pond ready for us, and all of that can be taken care of. I don't think the expenses will be so much that it can't be split between 20 people.
Oh, it won't be. It won't be. See, the digging a pond, I don't think it is very expensive. The land might be. The place might be expensive. But the maintenance and the feeding, I don't think it is very expensive. We need somebody who is a pond expert, who knows how to dig ponds and maintain the ponds and oxygenate the water and everything. Once that is in place, we leave a few tester fishes into it, maybe say a few silver arowanas into it. We observe it for a month. If all is well, we take the silver out, put our reds in, and let the magic work. Let sunlight work, let the natural sources work. And we observe and see, is there any difference in color, the shape, the growth? And I'm very sure there will be. Very sure.
I think it's a really great idea. I think we should float it out. In fact, I just put a post sometime back, 9 o'clock I'm going live, because I want to talk to people about the contest, the Super Red Arowana that I'm giving away. So I am going to float this out as well. If people are interested to do it, then why not? I mean, I think it'll be a great experiment to do. It'll be exciting. We should definitely try it.
People from Mumbai and Pune can have maybe somewhere around Karjat or Khopoli, which is like a common place for both, equal distance for both.
Yes.
And there is a lot of land and lot of pond and lot of natural water there.
Yes, absolutely.
Start off with one pond, let us see how it goes.
I think we should definitely try. At least I can float it out. Let's see if people are
You can float
interested.
it out, right?
Yeah, because see, a lot of these really good reds. I'm not saying others don't sell. I'm sure a lot of people sell good reds. But definitely, the two names that come to my mind when it comes to good reds is Khwaja and Najib. And because they are both from here, a
So
lot
those are
of
the only two names. Those are the only two. I'm openly saying it.
but I'm sure others also have
There is
reds.
no competition. There is no competition.
But okay, but at least these two guys are here only, so they would have sold a lot of reds nearby in Mumbai, in and around Mumbai, Pune, in this area. So I don't think it will be very difficult for us to get 20 reds.
No, why this idea came to me is, I'll tell you. Now a lot of people who are breeders of other fishes have teamed up. They have started to build ponds and they leave all their fishes together. So other fishes like Oscars and all don't have a chip and everything. So what they do is they split it up. If there are 10 breeding pairs that are formed, you will take 2, I'll take 3, you'll take 5, whatever. But the pond cost, feeding cost, the maintenance cost is split. So there is not a heavy burden on just one person. And the best part is, everyone is benefiting. Huge Oscars with good color, good breeding pairs forming, everything. Not just Oscars, a lot of fishes are being done like that.
I
Black
think
goals,
it will be a great idea.
everything.
We should surely try it. I am going to right away in the 9 o'clock live session itself. I am going to bring it up. Let's see how many people.
Yeah.
See, what? See, my challenge is, again, I am not doing hobbyist bashing here, but I somewhere feel people are not willing to take that step. I don't know what is the reason. Is it laziness, fear? What is it?
That final push, na, they've come till the finish line. That final push, that courage to take the final step is required.
Yeah, but I don't know why. I mean, this is okay. This is still something okay. We would have to push. But very basic things. I'm telling you, I'm going to do this. I was just cracking a joke the other day with somebody, and I was saying that on one side, if I do a Super Red Arowana contest, winning contest in Aropedia, and if I did a 100 rupees raffle, 100 rupees voucher raffle contest in International Aquatic Society, I have this feeling in me that people will go for the raffle contest to win that 100 rupees, but they won't work hard to get that Super Red. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Why is, I don't know, is it laziness? Is it the fear of rejection? Is it a fear of losing? I don't know, what is it?
So when the best part, in fact, if somebody is wanting to take part in a competition, and I'm not doing any promotion, it is just my own personal experience. When I took part in that competition, the post wala, the number of informative posts. Now, apart from all the things that I learned preparing those posts, I really made so many good friends and so many good connections. Many people pinged me, they called me up, they messaged me, "Sir, you are an expert." I said, "I'm not an expert, I'm not a sir, I'm just a normal hobbyist like you." I made really good friends, very good friends, very good connections. So I did benefit. I did benefit from that. In fact, you know that, right? I gave the albino also to someone.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
So I see, this is what people should understand. See, for me also, my YouTube channel, though it's monetized, but there are certain thresholds, and my YouTube channel has not met those thresholds, which means money is also not coming in. Aropedia is a Facebook group. There is no monetization business in there. So, but what I have seen over the last 6 months is, so many followers, and I'm telling you, there are people who even, if I respond to their call or message, though I am a nobody, but because of the YouTube channel and all of these things, there are people who told me that you're talking to us, we feel as if some celebrity is talking. You feel good. We don't need money or we don't need to get anything out of it. As long as people speak to you, they talk to you, whenever the discussion of Arowana comes in, our name comes up, you feel good. That's enough. That's enough for us. Of course, we don't know everything, but we try as much as we can. And hard work pays off. But I don't know why, I really don't know. I just feel that everybody will not be so passionate about it. I get it. But there has to be some bare minimum number of people who should do it. I don't see that also happening.
At least 10, at least 15.
Trust me, no.
You get 15 good red arowana lovers, I'll tell you everything will change.
No.
But you need to get 15.
You won't. I'm
That
telling
is
you,
only
you won't.
thing.
I'm telling you will not. I mean, there's people like to talk. There's a lot of talking that people like to do. What I actually made a video, but then I didn't post it because I thought I'd just let it be. I don't want to post it. I see people when somebody puts an informative post, people are quick to come and correct that person, find out mistakes, but they themselves will not put an informative post. If you know so much, instead of going.
Yeah, I don't know actually why. Because see, there are also a lot of people who don't own Asian Arowanas in Aropedia, but they comment like they are experts in Asian Arowanas, and I don't know why.
Exactly, they do. I'm telling you, man, there are so many people in the hobby itself. I don't want to name them. There are so many people in the hobby itself who's probably kept 1, 2, maybe 3 arowanas, and they are like self-proclaimed, so-called the most knowledgeable arowana people in India and abroad. So I don't know what is there. I mean, I have kept a good number of arowanas myself, but I am nowhere near an expert. There are so many things I don't know still. And I still learned a few weeks ago that you should do water change more frequently. For me, I have media, why should I do it? That is how I look at it. So there's a lot to learn every day.
The urge to learn and the urge to always, be grounded and be humble and wanting to take advice from others, that is something which we need to inculcate in ourselves if we want to succeed in not just this hobby, in life also, but mainly in the arowana hobby, because nobody knows everything.
Yeah.
There is always something that is yet to be explored, yet to be known,
Absolutely.
correct? Yet to be read.
Absolutely, and that is exactly what people don't understand. And you will see this issue mainly with people who have never kept arowanas or have kept hardly 1 or 2 arowanas here and there. And these are the people who have this problem more. If you see people who have really kept a lot of arowanas, they tend to stay very grounded and humble. Because they themselves realize that
for them it does not matter also.
Yeah.
In fact, for them it does not matter because they know all this is just waste of time and unnecessary banter that is just going on and on and on and on. See, it will lead you nowhere. To all those people who are doing it, it will lead you nowhere.
Yeah, very true. Very
Have the urge to learn, the urge to always keep on exploring and discovering. Like I said, keep the arowana the way you know best. Don't take it. I will say it openly. Don't take advice from anyone. If you can't give a proper advice, if you can keep on bashing other people, you don't take advice from anyone. You keep the arowana the way you want to.
Yeah.
And then we see your arowana 1 year down the line how it goes.
That is how it is. I mean, see, it's okay. Everybody has some amount of common sense, and you can try. And everybody can read. There is so much information on forums, on the website. Aropedia itself has so much information. Go read up. They will know. And the other thing is also some hobbies are even more crazy. There is so much of information they don't read. They want to ask the same question over and over and over again and again. They will ask. Already the information is there.
In fact, when my arowana developed cloudy, I told you, in the first week itself, I asked at least 20 other people in Aropedia, although I knew what the cure is, although I know how to cure it. But I asked 20 other people and I thanked them for their advice. I had even asked Anandu, Anandu helped me out. But I never had this pride and this care, 20 years of Shakrao, yaar, what to ask, I know everything, I know the treatment, I know what to do. But is there something else that can be done?
Absolutely. Yes, you see the post that I put yesterday. That my arowana has been sitting like this for some time. Any ideas?
Correct.
There's nothing wrong. See, there is a forum for that only. Nobody is judging you. That forum is there to ask questions. If you are going to have fear of judgment and you won't put questions in there and have a discussion, then there's no need to have that forum. Then you know everything.
That takes a lot of courage to put that kind of a post. Why I'll tell you. To tell out to the world that my arowana which I was planning and is magnificent and looks, and one day it is sitting at the bottom, 99 out of 100 people won't take a photo and put it on Facebook saying that अरे अपना इज्जत का फलूदा हो जाएगा.
I'll tell you what, I look at it totally differently. I'm sure you would have watched King of DIY, Joey. He shows everything.
Yeah, I know.
The good, the bad, the ugly, everything he shows. And that's why he's so successful. Only showing the good, come on, it's okay. I mean, I don't want to know the good. Everybody knows the group. Tell me what is wrong with my fish. That is more important. No? What can I do more? And I am no god. I am keeping arowanas only for 3 years. What I will know in 3 years? I don't know half the thing only.
That is what I want to tell everybody who's there in this group. This group is created not for any monetary purpose or for promotion or anything. This group is free for all. Ask anything. Everybody is here to give you advice. Ask anything. Post pictures, post information, post all your doubts, your complaints, everything. I used to get a lot of messenger pings. This is the problem, this is the problem. And there was a time when I was helping them out, but then I started telling them nicely and humbly, you please post it in Aeropedia and we'll solve it there.
Yeah, that is what I have started doing as well.
The main thing, I don't have time also now to reply to every post.
Absolutely.
Correct.
And if you're getting asked the same question by 5 people, then it makes no sense, because rather one person puts it in the group, you answer it in the group, what 50 people will go and learn. So I think I think we get it why we want to do certain things. I wish everybody understands why we do certain things the way we do, rather than taking bringing ego into the picture and bashing people and all that. It makes no sense. But I think this is something you will also agree, that somewhere we have been, compared to many other groups, we have somewhere been able to keep Aeropedia to a great extent away from controversies and bashing and all of that. To a great extent, we have been able to keep them away. So
there were a few elements, I think, but even they have stopped now. They also don't comment now because they know that the moderator will turn now. You mute them, right? You mute them for a month or something like that.
I don't. So what? For me, it's a very straightforward thing. The group is 6,700 members. I want to get this group to 10,000 members. If somebody gets angry with me because I muted them for violating a rule, and he or she decides to go out, and along with him or her 100 of his or her friends also go out, it doesn't matter to the group. It didn't matter when I had 100 members. It will certainly not matter when I have 10,000 members. I want people who are clean, who want to help each other, learn from each other. And also, the rule is very simple in the group. Even if you leave the group, you are always free to come back. We don't stop you from coming back. We don't ban anyone. You left the group because you felt your ego was hurt. After 2 days, 2 months, you calm down and you feel, nay, my ego wasn't hurt. You want to come back, no problem. I have no issues.
Right. So I think, Abhishek, on a good way, if we really want to take this hobby to the next level now, a group needs to be formed. There has to be more contribution in terms of ideas and contribution in terms of, this is now the situation of the COVID, so we all can't meet up. Else we would have had some nice meetups, and discussed ideas like the pond idea which I said for arowana lovers.
But we should pursue that.
100%. See, that is an idea. See, I always go for things which will boost the hobby to the next level. Like I had proposed an international trip to the arowana farms after COVID.
Correct. You did. Yes.
100%. So we need to form a group like that. Even if we have 20 people on board, you won't believe that it was your Facebook live, right? And I had written that comment. I got so many messages. Put my name on the list. I said, I'm not a travel coordinator. I'll put your name, but not now.
No, but I think that was a great idea. We should, once COVID is clears out and we are able to travel abroad, I think we should, as hobbies, go once to those parks.
100%.
And for me, as a YouTuber also, it's fun because I can shoot and come back.
Yeah, we go to the farms, we learn things, maybe some of your friends who are there can help us out with tips and how to keep first hand we view everything.
Yeah,
the setups, what is white tank treatment, the lights and the feed and everything.
Absolutely. There is no two ways
One
about it.
more thing which I had is that we really need a live feed supplier for our arowanas. Crickets and frogs and centipedes. Someone should do it in Mumbai. Somewhere. Frogs.
The bullfrogs is I think if we could get someone to give us bullfrogs, nothing like it. Really nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
Yeah.
Actually,
I don't know how can we do
I
that.
had discussed this with one of the suppliers. but he said it is not possible here. It's a lot of effort, a lot of time and investment and everything. It is not possible here.
Yeah,
We'll see.
all you get here are superworms, mealworms, loaches. That's what you get. I don't think you get live centipedes also. You get the dried ones.
Even centipedes is okay, even if we don't get centipede, but crickets and frogs will really boost up the growth.
Yeah, frogs. I don't know how can we get it. I have no idea. I mean, yeah, we should keep exploring it though. But it has to
I
be here.
teamed up with one of the local guy here. When I had my red, I told him I'll give you 100 rupees every day. You get me tadpoles and frogs.
You got
So
it.
he used to get me.
Oh, and your I would have enjoyed it.
Mulund Kanjur Quantum is full of Gao area, na? There are so many ponds here. I used to tell you enter the pond, you do catch all that you get inside. If you get tadpoles and frogs and small fish, you get me. In fact, one of my official trips when I went, I had gone to a villa in Lonavala for an official trip, and they had a small pond which was deserted, but there was water inside. And I told the caretaker I saw many frogs inside. I told the caretaker tomorrow I'll give you 200 rupees, catch all the frogs and tadpoles, pack it and give it to me.
And you got them.
Around 25 frogs.
No, but I think yeah.
Pure joy.
No, but
Pure joy to see your one or two
yeah.
friends.
I mean, it's amazing. That is why I wish we could get bullfrogs. There used to be some guy who was there on YouTube, okay? He used to get bashed in every video because his tank was overstocked. And he still didn't care. He used to still make feeding videos. And he used to do these bullfrog feeding videos. Oh, what fun watching it. The Arwanas love it.
This pond thing, na, there was this pond thing which I said. So I spoke to that caretaker who was handling it. Then I asked him, how come you have so many frogs here? So he said, what he said is, when you build a pond, make sure there is a lot of vegetation around and there are no snakes around to catch it. Your frogs will naturally breed. And when frogs breed, there are a lot of tadpoles that are born.
Correct.
Lot of tadpoles. And this reproduction rate is quite high for frogs. Okay, so when if we actually do build a pond, we also build a few smaller ponds like this. We allow naturally frogs. We can put big frogs. We put it inside. We can somehow contain it and breed it and whatever. If they want to breed, they can breed it. Anything that will help us. Anything that will help us.
I think we should. I think this entire pond idea is great. I am definitely going to float it out now. I'll starting right away in the live sessions. What I'm going to float it out, and then of course in my subsequent videos and all. Let's try it. Let's see what comes back. I mean, there's no harm in floating it out. If enough people come back, we can try out. If people don't come back, that's okay. Expect it. So it doesn't matter.
100%.
So fair enough. So let's try those. And let's see. So this video I'm gonna put up the tanning section of what we discussed, because I think that was very interesting, and the keeping the red arrow, and I think it will be very interesting for people to know. So I think that we had a really good discussion. We always do. I am going to again come back after a certain period of time for us to have further discussions on other new things. So I think you and I kind of have some really good discussions. So whenever you are free, in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whenever you are free, I am free, you are like this, you have this half an hour, 45 minutes free time, we can always connect, have a discussion. It will help the hobbies. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Only I am always ready. Only my work schedule was so tight that I was not able to give you
So
time.
whenever you have time from your schedule, we can always connect, even if it's for 10-15 minutes. Right? So thanks a lot, Ricky. Thanks for your time. We'll connect again. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks.
तो ये था डिस्कशन रिकी एंड्रूज के साथ. होपफुली आपको पसंद आया होगा. अब इसके बाद हम एक और बहुत ही सीनियर हॉबीज़ के साथ अगले हफ्ते मिलेंगे, और उसका टीज़र मैं ज़रूर आरोपीडिया में डालूँगा, तो देखिएगा ज़रूर. एंड इफ़ यू लाइक दिस वीडियो देन प्लीज़ गो अहेड एंड हिट द लाइक बटन, शेयर कर दीजिए, सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए. थैंक यू so much for watching. That's all in this one. Till I come back in the next one. Peace.